Hello and welcome to Newsbreak. I'm your host, Nick Steffens. Coming up, high school golf had its first meet. But first, today's top stories. A petition to keep administrative offices in downtown Washington has received over 200 signatures. Washington County supervisors are moving forward with a plan to relocate offices to the Orchard Hill complex, despite opposition from locals. The move would require the renovation of Orchard Hill using funds from the American Rescue Plan Act and local taxes. Opponents argue that the relocation would decrease traffic to downtown businesses and suggest that the ARPA funds should instead be used to move offices into other buildings. Some community leaders claim that the Federation Bank building, which is set to be abandoned, would fall into disrepair without county use. However, some residents support the plan to consolidate county offices and do not see any downsides. While the Washington Chamber of Commerce hopes to reach a middle ground, Supervisor Stan Stoops said he may not vote according to public pressure, noting that he must do what is best for the county. Supervisor Jack Seward Jr. was skeptical of the petition's accuracy, saying some signatories were only interested in throwing darts at something. Mount Pleasant Arts Impact welcomes artist Vicki Dovenspike to the rotating art gallery in the Mount Pleasant Public Library. According to a news release, as a way to launch into April, which is National Poetry Month, the organization celebrates verse, creativity, and power of words in the current display. Dovenspike is a self-trained photographer, poet, and artist who expressed herself with work in pencil, acrylic, and photography in which she expresses inspiration from life events, beauty in the world around her, and people who impact her life. In addition to the traditional artwork, Arts Impact also invites the community to view a poetry compilation accompanying Dovenspike's art. The poetry is generated through artificial intelligence using ChatGPT 3.5. Other poetic styling influences in the exhibit include E.E. Cummings, Emily Dickinson, and Robert Frost, among other noteworthy names. The Women of Washington held a Women in Leadership panel at the Washington Public Library last week, featuring panelists from different industry sectors and stages of life. Former president of the Women of Washington and Mayor Pro Tem of the city, Millie Youngquist, led the organization's efforts for the event, which fielded questions from an audience of around 30. Youngquist said that having successful role models is important, and as some women and girls do not see their potential or know about opportunities available to them. She also noted the importance of acknowledging the advances made by women in leadership positions, stating that it was something that was once thought to be impossible. The panelists were selected from a list prepared by the Women of Washington, aiming for a variety of ages and areas of expertise. Henry County Conservation is hosting a series of three bird watching workshops for free, funded by Resource Enhancement and Protection Conservation Education Program. The workshops aim to help bird watchers develop their skills, particularly Iowa bird identification, and will include a birding hike. Interested individuals must pre-register at www.mycountyparks.com on or before April 15th at 5 p.m. If attendees would like to attend multiple workshops, they must pre-register for each one. The workshops will be led by Kelly McKay from Bioeco Research and Monitoring Center, with assistance from Mark Roberts from Clinton County Conservation and Brian Ritter and James Weibler from Nahant Marsh Education Center. The workshops are geared towards high school-aged children and adults, though kids are welcome to attend with a supervising adult participant. The session will take place on April 24th, starting with an 8 a.m. bird hike walk at Oakland Mills Park. Demolition crews began tearing down the former Washington County Jail and Communication Center on Wednesday morning, which had been out of use for years. Former Washington County Supervisor Virginia Bordwell called the former law enforcement office an eyesore and a hazard, citing an anecdote about how water used to flow out of the office's electrical outlets when it rained. Current Washington County Supervisor Jack Seward Jr., who once worked at the center, expressed the same sentiment as Bordwell, saying, "It's time, it's old, past its prime." There's been a lot of history that went through that building, but times change. The lot had been used as a sheriff's residence with an attached jail as early as 1885, but had been deemed beyond saving by a real estate broker associate. County officials have yet announced plans for the lot's future. We're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we'll take a look at the weather and sports.
Since 1905, Kelowna Cooperative Technology Company has helped our community stay connected with the latest advancements in clear, dependable telecommunications services. KCTC provides rural Iowans with access to high-speed fiber internet, as well as phone, television, computer repair, and cybersecurity solutions. We're also proud supporters of local organizations and area schools within the community. KCTC, keeping Kelowna connected.
At the Capper Auto Group, we put our customers' needs first and understand that everyone is as different as the vehicle they select. We offer new Ford, Chevrolet, Buick, GMC, Jeep, Chrysler, Dodge, and Ram vehicles in a friendly environment that puts you in the driver's seat. When it comes to service, we maintain factory-trained technicians and competitive pricing. The Capper Auto Group still believes that service after the sale provides the best customer experience. Come see the Capper experience for yourself.
Hospice isn't a place, it's a type of care that focuses on living. Servicing a 7-county area, the Hospice of Washington County staff of nurses, social work, hospice aides, spiritual and grief support, volunteers, music and massage therapists are able to provide free end-of-life care where the patient lives. We write wills, give consent for organ donation, but rarely is there a plan for what we would want the final phase of our lives. At Hospice of Washington County, we encourage our patients to be in charge of their healthcare decisions while maintaining quality of life.
Tammy takes the time and has the personal interest in each one of us. I don't worry about what's going to happen because I know my policy is taken care of.
She pulls what I need and puts it together, which is the program I get from her.
Every year she calls around September or so and says, there's changes again, and I'm going to do the best thing for you. It's been perfect. She does a great job.
Welcome back to Newsbreak. I'm your host, Nick Steffens. We have your 5-day forecast coming up, but first, obituaries. Doug Grimm of Washington passed away on April 3rd at the age of 66. A funeral service will be held at 11 a.m. April 7th at Snyder and Hollenbaugh Funeral Service. Mary Beanblossom, formerly of Washington, passed away on April 3rd at the age of 59. No services are planned at this time. That was obituaries. It is now time for your 5-day forecast. Today has been 57 degrees with partly cloudy skies and high winds. Tomorrow will be nice with a high of 56 and sunny skies. Temperatures will increase to 64 on Friday and it will remain sunny. Looking at the weekend now, it will continue to get warmer on Saturday with a high of 68 and mostly sunny skies. Finally on Sunday, it'll be 73 with partly cloudy skies. We're going to take another quick break, and when we come back, we'll take a look at sports. Federation Bank is a locally owned bank providing award-winning customer service. We believe that we are more than just a federation of banks, but a federation of communities, serving Brighton, Richland, Wellman, and Washington, Iowa. Federation Bank's highly skilled staff is here to make sure you are able to accomplish your personal and professional goals, whatever they may be. Federation Bank, your family bank. Family owned and operated by Andy and Sarah Ross. Ross Auto has been your vehicle repair and maintenance headquarters since 1935. We specialize in all makes of cars and light-duty trucks. With our variety of available services, let us help you keep rolling and your vehicle operating efficiently. Services include general auto repair, alignments, brakes, fuel injection, and more. Schedule your appointment today at 319-653-5656. That's 319-653-5656. Welcome back to Newsbreak. I'm your host, Nick Steffens. It is now time for sports.
Sports, brought to you by Fairway.
The Southeast Conference boys golf teams were in Fairfield on Monday afternoon competing in the first SEC meet of the season. On the team side of things, Washington took the victory with a low of 145, Fairfield followed in second with 166, and Mount Pleasant finished with 184 for third. Leading the Demons on the day was Rajan Roth with a medalist 33. Roman Roth followed one stroke behind with a 34. Both Drew Conrad and Luke Beanblossom shot a 39. Teague Mayer ended with a 45, and Isaac Vetter carded a 48. Mount Pleasant was paced by Nick Matheny in the meet. Matheny shot a 40 to lead the Panthers. Reese Kaufman ended with a 43, and Nate Disming shot a 46. Isaac Zillman and Ben Meter both ended with 55. Jason Rich shot a 60. The boys will be back on the course on Thursday in Fort Madison. It was all Mount Pleasant when Panther boys tennis team traveled to Keokuk on Monday. The Panthers didn't have to break much of a sweat in the road win. Mount Pleasant mopped Keokuk 9-0. Panthers didn't let the Chiefs score more than 2 in any of the single matches. That included a 6-1, 6-2 victory for Owen Van Sickle in the number 1 match and a 6-0, 6-0 sweep from Jake Ensminger in number 2. Elliott Cook cruised 6-1 and 6-0 in the number 3 match. Phoenix Watson, Tim Cam, and Gavin Ross all swept their matches 6-0 to finish off the single sweep. In doubles action, it was all Panthers. Ensminger and Cook rolled 6-0 and 6-0 in the number 1 doubles matches. Van Sickle and Cam skated out to a 6-0, 6-0 win in the number 2 doubles match. And Watson and Ross polished off the day with another 6-0, 6-0 win at number 3. Mount Pleasant is now 2-0 on the year, having gone 17-1 in total matches over the team's first 2 games. The Panthers will be back at home on Thursday to play against Fort Madison. That is the news for Southeast Iowa. I've been your host, Nick Steffens. This has been your news break, and I will see you next.